Hi, this is JJ here at Once. What you're about to see is some very special content created just for you by the Once family. Art and community are our priorities here at Once. We'd rather be with you in person, but what we can do right now is create virtual experiences for us to all enjoy together. No, it's not the same as being at a live show, but that doesn't mean that it's not a way to enjoy each other's company and entertainment. So, without further ado, a few house notes. The bathrooms are in the back, on the left. No flash photography, please. And as always, no crowd surfing. Enjoy the show.
All right, guys, here's the deal. You guys are about to be in for a little treat because Bedtime Magic is going to be here at Once Somerville right now. Let's do this thing.
Okay, so I guess we're good to go.
I must have played that song like 100 times and totally forgot that part. Fucking life! Dos más. Got it? Well, we're gonna remember it now. Sinking in. Just want to start 2 euros up. I'm always tired. I'm always sick. All I want is just a little bit less of this.
America, demand your OVV. I want my OVV. I want my OVV. I want my OVV. Your favorite bands, the Once nightclub, all online. Tell your computer, grab your mobile device, tell them, I want my OVV.
Hello, this is Tim Hall here, musician, saxophonist, and poet. I'm here at Once and just need to say how important it is to support the local arts and local businesses. Once is such an important venue to the scene of artists and creators. I'm just here to name how dire it is to support Once and the staff here and everything that they stand for and do for this local scene. Also, they have been nominated for a Boston Music Award for both the venue as well as their live stream. So again, they're doing amazing work. Please go and support. See you soon. Tim Hall, out.
Welcome to the Satanic Shift, Once Somerville Special Pandemic Edition. We're here live at Once Somerville. The shows I've seen here, the things I've done in this room, I could go to prison for, but not really, because I've only cooked in this room. Before this started, I had a fight with this chalk while I was playing pool, and this is what happened to me. I started turning into a Mad Max commercial. Because right now, I'm going to be teaching you about some knife skills. Even though I'm not that good with knife skills, which might be a lie, I am going to teach you some really cool things dressed up like this. We have some onions here. That's a red onion, that is. We have an apple, unknown origin. We have a really cool pepper. And a nifty little squash. I'm going to show you how to cut this onion. This is a red onion. This is the root. This is the tip of the bulb. When the farmer goes to pick up the onion, he'll take it out like so. He'll trim this part. He'll trim this part. What are you left with? You're left with a lot of skin on the outside. That's right. We're going to remove the skin. First things first, you take your nice fancy knife and you cut that little tip off as so. It looks like a boob. My boob. We don't need to go there. That's a little weird. Then you cut the root off. And we can just put this in our little scrap pile. So, right here, we have the skin. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a little bit of a slice. And I'm just going to peel back that skin. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that this you can use. So, if I was going to be making a stock, I would save this, as well as these. Why would I do that? Because you always want to use every part of the vegetable. Don't disrespect the vegetables. Make sure you use everything accordingly. So what I will do now is, I will take this skin off. So there's different cuts and different ways to cut an onion. You can cut it in half and you can give it a small dice, which is actually what a lot of people go for. The way to do this is to take your knife, which should be super sharp. Make sure you have your finger on it as such and just go towards yourself slowly. Now if you go too fast, you're going to go right in your hand and blood's going to be squirting everywhere, all over the ceiling. And then somebody's going to yell at you, whether it's your wife, your husband, your kids who just cleaned the house, or yourself in the middle of a pandemic while your cats watch you. So I've made a small little cut on the tip, and I'm going to, based on the size of this, make about 1, 2 more. So I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to go right in again. So we have 2 slices, one here, and it looks like we got 3. So the way to do this now is to crisscross. So I'm going to go cut down. So I've cut against the grain. Now I'm going to go with the grain. The grain is right here, as you can see. Those little like edges, that's it. So if you were to cut a steak, you'd cut against the grain. Now that we're cutting down, we're cutting with the grain. Another piece. And another one, and then another one. Now the root should hold this together. It should. If you're smart, it will hold it together. It's not a race either. As such, so now you see it's nice and diced. And this is perfect. This is about a small dice. And we'll just put that aside. And this is really good for sauteing. So if you had your garlic and you want to get your onions together, this is exactly the little bit that you would have just to get it going. And just cut all of that. Now once you hit this end, you're going to get a little bit of a problem because it's not going to be cut all the way. So what I like to do is I like to either go over with my knife or I set that aside in my stockpile. Just put that right in there. The next cut that I'm going to teach you is going to be julienne. So the way to cut julienne and julienne onion is you want to find that root part. So it's definitely really white, if you can see it. It's got these like bulb, you can kind of see. So we're just going to cut that out. Slicing towards ourselves, just cut that little part out. And there's a reason for that. When you go to julienne an onion, if you don't cut that out, your juliennes are going to be stuck together. So now with the grain, I'm just going to go back. See? Now, if I was to leave that thing in there, what would happen is these would be stuck together and I'd be ripping out my hair. Luckily, my hair has not started falling out, but it is gray. So that would be really sad if I lost my hair. And I'm just gonna, put it all together because I'm gonna saute all this up later and make something really super delicious. Or maybe it will be used in mac and cheese night. You never know about these things. Hey guys, I'm the Satanic Chef. Once again, thanks for tuning into that word I just said, which is once Somerville's virtual reality pandemic special. It's not really virtual reality, but we can make it virtual reality. I'm the Satanic Chef, and right now I'm going to show you off some really cool art that I have. This here is a print by an artist, a local artist by the name of Adam O'Day. Now, I worked at a restaurant on Congress Street, which happens to be in the Seaport area of Boston. And that restaurant was called Tavern Road. While I was working there, I experienced some of my favorite years of cooking. The chef I had worked under previously at 3 different restaurants. And this was our last restaurant working together. On the last day we were open, because Tavern Road unfortunately closed, Adam O'Day drew this painting. Well, it's actually this big. It's gigantic. And, well, you can see Louis. That's Gabriel Brenner. He is a chef at a place called La Bodega, which happens to be in Watertown, Massachusetts. There's me in the background. That's Derek White. Derek is the kitchen manager and director of operations at Manly Burgers. And there's another fella in here, but I really don't know him. Louis has these prints for sale at his new bar, which happens to be in Bow Market. That is down the street from here, off of Highland Avenue in Somerville, Massachusetts. He owns a bar called Create. And you should definitely go check it out. There's a lot of really cool art in there for sale, and he's got some really awesome cocktails. Right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so you can make a reservation through Resi, and he will have a table for you. They also serve food now, and his own line of hummus called Humari. I actually ended up getting a tattoo to remind me of my time working with Louis and Tavern Road, which is right here, which is the Tavern Road symbol. Now let's go into my spooky collection. Never showed this to anybody. 2007, 2008, I had just quit drinking. And for some reason, I was obsessed with buying things on eBay, like things related to Charles Manson, because I was kind of like trying to collect weird stuff and, you know, buy things with my money that I found out I was just saving tons of at the time. So I ended up finding a lot of these pictures from the crime scene, which were, at the time, nobody had ever seen. And this woman that was selling them, her father was a famous police prosecutor or detective somewhere in upstate New York or Long Island. I think it was Long Island. It was definitely Long Island because that's where the Amityville Horror murders happened. And they based that movie off of the house that was haunted. She emailed me and we started talking and she said, yeah, actually, I have a scrapbook that I made with all the pictures. And I was like, okay. And I looked at what she'd sent me and I was like, wow, this woman's either a serial killer or I'm going to buy something from a serial killer right now because this is freaking insane. What she did was she took all the photos from the Manson family murders and made it into like a fairy tale kind of scrapbook, which is the most insane thing that I own. I own a lot of crazy things, from Sharon Tate's pillbox to Rick James's stage-worn outfit that has little tiny mirrors on it, which were probably so his groupies could snort cocaine off of him. So, here we go. We've got different kinds of photos. This is one of the victims. There's another one. There's another victim, and just the way that she's written this, and like she sold this to me for like $250. I probably she probably could have gotten a lot more for this, but I was like, you know, this is really kind of cooler than owning the original photos. They are photocopied, or I believe this one's actually a real photo. This one's a real photo. I don't know what she did. Maybe she got the original film and just had them printed at a CVS. But this is all on real photo paper. So there's like a photo of Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski in their underwear. And then a random news clipping, and this weird like serial killer like little like that stuff. Like I just can't explain any of this. So I don't know who this woman whatever happened to her, but this is like one of my favorite things that I own. So, I mean, there's the, so this door, it says pig on it. Trent Reznor took that from Cielo Drive, where he had his original studio in Los Angeles, and brought that with him to Nothing Studios in New Orleans. And I don't know what happened after he moved back to Los Angeles. He might have given it to somebody. Yeah. That's that. Really intense stuff. But like I was saying earlier, Once Somerville is a small independent owned business, just like Tavern Road, and Tavern Road closed even without a pandemic. So if you can, please donate to One Somerville at any cost, even if it's for like $1, 50 cents, whatever you can. Just help keep small businesses open, especially this one. This is my favorite venue in the entire state and pretty much the whole world. It's amazing. I mean, you just don't find things like this anymore. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm the Satanic Chef. Until next time, hail Satan.
Hi, my name is Will Daly, and I'm in Once right now. Right now I'm in Once. I've had many wonderful gigs here. I have seen monumental wrestling events here. I have seen friends play here. And I've also had the privilege of touring all over this country and other countries, and there's only one Once in the world. And if we lose places like Once, we just become way too homogenized. There's lots we can do individually to support these places, but really, everyone who's been elected to represent us has to pass bills, and one thing we can do is annoy the hell out of them and never let them sleep, send them letters and emails and phone calls, and just being annoying little shits, because they're annoying little shits. So let's just be annoying little shits and constantly call them about Save Our Stages.
So we're Once Somerville. We have an online store. It's called Shopperville. Get it? It's a pretty cool place. You can find our t-shirts, our bumper stickers, which, by the way, say Once Army, smashing the patriarchy since 2015. So you know you want people to be seeing that. Check out Once Shopperville. You can find the link in all of our socials. Please buy something. It helps us, makes you look cool. You rock.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
We're doing a little bit of Q&A, not T&A.
Let's do this T and Q&A thing.
Oh, that's even better with onion tops.
Little titty onion tops. So guys, what got you the name Bedtime Magic? I'm like really interested. Did you guys have some bedtime magic happen the night before?
Oh, I don't know. I never asked Morgan why. This is how good of a friend I am. It's been more than half a decade, and I still haven't asked him, what made you think of the name Bedtime Magic? He's pointing down, and he's doing that first word. How many syllables? Second word, banana. There it is.
There we go. Oh, I was muted for a minute. It's all right. Nobody really wants to hear me. I just really like smooth rock and roll.
Yeah.
Bedtime Magic, one of my favorite radio programs. No, it could mean different things to different people, I guess. I don't know. I thought it sounded good. I like it. I'm sticking with it.
I dig it.
What made you want to incorporate your views, your personal views, into your cooking and combine those into one theme?
I've always pretty much called myself the Satanic chef, and I've always thought that chefs are like the rebels of society that still kind of like not like to many people like a very notable career, like we live on the outskirts of life kind of, and that's essentially what Satan was. So I think a lot of people in the restaurant industry can relate to that. That's why I wanted to also call myself the Satanic chef, and also to bring awareness to things like depression and stuff in this restaurant industry, and let people know that they can come out and call themselves like Satanists or whatever they want, and not be afraid to do that in a world that is very acceptant to that.
Do you have different corpse paint every time, or is it always the same setup?
Oh, it's different. It
It's
depends
different.
on how my dog is. This is actually how I looked after I adopted him. Before, I had a very pretty face.
Oh, okay.
He's a beagle.
I still think you're pretty.
Oh, there he is. There's Jack.
There he is.
Folks, you can ask Jack questions too. So if you have a question for Jack or Adam or Morgan or me, or maybe Morgan's dog if he's somewhere and he's awake. I don't know if he is.
I've known Morgan. How long have I known you? I've known you like what, 10 years maybe?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You were in a band before called Liver, I think.
Yeah,
This is
it
definitely
was.
This is definitely awesome. I like what you guys are doing. It kind of reminds me, and I hope I don't offend you, kind of like what the White Stripes were doing.
It's not offensive at all.
Huh?
Hey, there's Adam, there's a question for Jack from Aaron. It says, Jack, why are you the best?
Let's ask.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jack, why are you the best?
He's like, hey, what's up? I didn't realize you were in here with me.
He's the sweetest dog. He's a rescue.
It's sort of an interesting crossover because I know Morgan from working at a food service establishment, the 1369 Coffee House, and you're a chef, and I worked in restaurants for a bunch of years, so we have this food connection, all three of us. But there's also the dog connection too, because when we started the band, we were trying to think of, every band's got a theme, like ZZ Top's got the beards, and AC/DC's all about sex and whatnot. We were like, well, what's our theme? What do we like? And Morgan goes, well, we like dogs. I was like, yeah, we do like dogs. So dogs and all the things that we have. Why not?
Well, what kind of dogs do you guys have?
I have a rescue as well. She's so we don't know totally what she is. She's definitely like part pit bull, part bulldog. She's a nice lady.
Very cuddly.
Yeah. She's slowing down though. She's probably about 8 now, so she's definitely like moving a little bit slower. She does a lot of sleeping. She's sleeping now.
She's one of those big dogs that doesn't realize they're a big dog. So with everything she does, she acts like she's very, very little. And you're like, you could rip my face off, right?
It's like Jack.
Yeah.
But he is a little dog. You know what? He's a very chonky boy.
He's big for a beagle, huh?
He's overweight. The people that
is that what it is?
The bad people. They overfed him. So he's 40 pounds. He's supposed to be around 30 to 35 pounds. He's on a diet. Yes, Jack, you're on a diet, unfortunately.
Let me ask you about the tongs that you have. So Everybody always tried to get me to do those. Can you hold those up a little just for the people who don't see them?
Are these?
Yeah. They're the ones that are like giant tweezers. Everybody for years tried to get me into those. And I just could not make them work for me. I felt like I was always dropping food.
You know why I brought these on? I had this idea. I'll just take them on. Like Alice Cooper has like that sword that he carries around with him. I had no idea that you have that picture behind you. It's super
Oh
weird.
yeah, I got Alice Cooper. Yeah, right there. You know,
I have presents for you guys, believe it or not.
Wait, Morgan, did you say you have those type of tongs too?
No, I end up using chopsticks a lot for like instances when you would need tongs like that, like cooking bacon and things like that.
Or moving around. It's like an omelet or something if you're doing a hurricane omelet. Yeah.
So I got you guys some presents, and it's going to be a wild card. I have a box full of serial killer books here. So I'm just going to reach in and grab one. That
Outrage.
For Morgan.
There's got to win. What year was that? I got to look at. Was it 92?
Oh, wow. This was
OG.
got to be 1995.
95. We were just talking about 1998 earlier. I wasn't sure if that was connected.
Really?
Yeah, it's a podcast called Punk Lotto Podcast. And they pick a year and they pick a record, and you talk about that record and that year and everything.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So what is this box? You have a box and you just give people serial killer books?
I've just had these like in my parents' basement, and I am not reading these at all. So I'm gonna close my eyes and grab one out for you now.
Bogey, the definitive biography of Humphrey Bogart. Pick one out for Aaron. The
All right.
Aarons, Team Aaron. Brrr, is a drum roll. Brrr.
Wow, I like the title of this book.
Kiss Me, Kill Me, and Other True Cases and Rules Crime Files.
The Cure song.
Volume 9. Yeah, there's 8 other volumes there.
Like 8 other volumes. I have no idea why I bought so many of these books. I had a drinking problem, and I would just buy a lot of them on eBay.
Anybody got questions about food or making music with very limited skill, or like dogs? I could talk about where I buy my clothes.
Where do you buy your clothes?
Typically like CVS. They have good deals on t-shirts. So.
All these clothes that I'm wearing right now, I've had for a while. Like, I'm talking about years.
Yeah, this is new.
I dig that. I
It's
wear
like a new shirt smell where it smells kind of like some
I
kind
think I have one flannel, like 3 flannels, and I wear like them on rotation.
So you don't dress like this on a daily basis?
No, I do now, but I'm more of a flannel jeans guy.
Morgan, you dress like that though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just realized you have an Alice Cooper picture behind you. Is that why you were thinking about Alice Cooper, Adam?
Yeah, I was no. Before it, I was going to carry these out like Alice Cooper does with a sword, because when I go to see Alice, they'll always like have money on it during $1 Billion Babies and start flailing them up.
He is just an unbelievable person. Like that thing in Wayne's World was just the tip of the iceberg with how intelligent he is. It's crazy.
So intelligent, and he was like giving them like pointers on what the Native Americans would call Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Well, I was listening, like I think it was NPR, and it was an interview with him about why he does what he does, because you would think he's just trying to be shocking and weird, but there's a whole thought process behind it. It's
I think that was filmed in Detroit in 1988, maybe. He was like 39, I think, or 90. He was
How old is he here now? How old is he? Like 70?
No, sorry. He was born in 1947, so 48. 72.
dad. He lived through both world wars. No, I don't know if that's true. I don't know much about history.
No,
He
he
lived
lived
through
through
neither one.
Both of them. One of them.
No, none.
Korean War?
Korean War.
Yes.
Vietnam War.
He lived through Vietnam.
Yes.
That's what I think of when I think of Alice Cooper. He lived through Vietnam.
I met him, like, he's really, really awesome.
Is he?
Super awesome. I was like, wow. And he's like talking about all these like old rock and rollers like Kim Fowley. And I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Does he still have long hair?
Oh yeah.
He's the man. He's a good guy. You're a good guy, Alice.
You're a good
What's
guy.
your name? Like Doug Peterson or something?
Vincent Fournier or something?
Oh, that's a cool name.
It is kind of cool.
Morgan's real name is Ted Anderson.
Ted Anderson. My nickname is Chubbs Peckerton.
Chubbs Peckerton?
Yes.
I feel like there's something in there's like a joke in there I'm not getting. Chubbs Peckerton.
It's an alias of mine.
Chubbs. I just got it. There's penis jokes in there. This is an 18 plus show, right? Can you talk about penises if it's all ages? I don't think you can.
I think you can, as long as you don't say a swear word.
I was in a band called Kissy Face, and this drunk guy named Chainsaw. This was at a place in JP back in 1996. No cussing. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, it was back in 1996, and I was playing with the band called Kissy Face, and this drunk guy, Chainsaw, kept going, Jizzy Face. I don't know why I thought about that, but just over and over, Jizzy Face here. So that's a good story. Oh, we can't say shit. We can't say the S word.
No, we can't. Or can you on TV? No, you can only say it on cable.
Oh, you're lying. Oh, this is like a roller coaster. It'd be cool to have the nickname, like a cool, fun nickname. My name is Nicholas, and no one ever gives me a nickname, which is really bizarre. You would think that would be the ideal time to do it. But
I've been given like a couple nicknames, like they've been obvious, like evil. But I'm like, no, like call me Chubbs Peckerton.
Chubbs Peckerton.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I see you on the street, I'm going to call you Chubbs now.
Yeah, just call me Chubbs, and I'll be like, hey, what's up?
I call Morgan Schmorgan, but it's not that interesting of a nickname. Yeah, I don't think he likes it either. When I was in elementary school, they called me Dickless Pimple Boner, but the joke is on them because you can't be both Dickless and a pimple boner. So get your story straight.
Mean. That would give me some sad nightmares.
Yeah. Dealt with that one for a while. But yeah, that's the only nickname I could think of, and I was like 6 years old or 7 years old.
It was good. It was awesome. I have to go do another event right now, but you guys are welcome to join.
Where is it? Where's the link for this event?
Virtual headquarters. I put on a live cooking show every night this week, and followed by our tour guide, Thomas, who brings you around Salem. And sometimes drunk people jump in front of the camera that have candy tattooed on their arm and try to pull out their penis. But that's a different story.
Okay. So if I want to watch this, go to which website? I missed it. I'm sorry.
www.tstvhq.com.
You got it, buddy. Oh, it's right there in the links. All right, I'm going there right now. Thank
And I
you.
love you guys. I'm going to go buy like 1 million of your records.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a pleastle
Till next time. Hail Satan, guys.